Good evening, man. Many Face Publishing, man. Weather's changing in NYC, man, and feels a little brick out there, man. Not as brick as in Kansas City. I think it's -1 wind chill. Feels about 23 degrees. Um, -23 degrees. I'm in, so yeah, that's winter time there. It's a tough game for Miami. They just scored with Tyreek Hill and Tua, connected with a bomb, and it's now 10-7. Took a little time to, come chop it with the brothers over here, which is an audience to myself for the moment. Hopefully, people will start to, pick up and, start subscribing, and, I try to keep myself, you know, I don't want to be biased and I don't want to be controversial. I don't want to be a part of, nothing that's going on in this world as far as like, when it comes to a lot of these entertainers and stuff and, a lot of media people and, this is right now, this is the year of drama so far. Everybody's going at everybody and this is crazy. And it's like, and it's mainly the brothers, man. Why? We the only ones that can't stick together and we set differences aside. We always got to react to something. We always got something negative to say about something somebody's doing. Like, we always just picking at each other, man. And it's, to be honest, I think that's what separated us all through our histories, particularly in the Americas, man. I believe that we were divided and conquered. And I don't mean divided and conquered physically. I mean like mentally, then physically. I believe mainly 90% of it was mental because they didn't have to do much. We doing all the work. So, what do what do these people really have to do? We do all the work for them. We kill each other. We rob each other. We target each other. We just breed negativity towards each other. And there's a lot of good people within our community that want change, but at the same time, we stay caught up in drama. You know what I mean? So, like it's really sad, man. My honest opinion is we lost control centuries ago, and I think that like the division within is what destroyed our people and got us in the state we in now. We can't get out of it because we still to this day are doing it. Just my honest opinion about, I think that, when the Europeans came here, I don't think they just came here and just ransacked through I don't believe none of that shit. I believe that when they got to this side, the people that were here look like me and you and other different shades or whatever. And I think that we had some things over here and it was rocking. And I think that we had some good benefits. We had some communities and things like that. And I think that they saw, that it was possible that if we can just play our cards right, we can blend in and get some land here. And, I think that they came in peace and, they came and they took their time, and I don't think they just schemed their way here. I think that when they got here, like I said, they saw that these people here probably look like they're living good. Like they don't really want for nothing. But with the stuff that they came with, every time you come with something new, something different, it's going to intrigue people. And I think that when they came with the good book, the Bible, they came with the religion, they came with peace, and I don't think they came hostile, because remember, there's only a handful of them. And you talking about, I believe some stories say they first stop was in the Caribbeans. You know what I mean? Like, you talking about hundreds of thousands of people. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know how much people was on that island. And you remember, they only got one shot at a time in those guns back then. They wasn't automatic rifles, and you know what I'm saying? So we don't know what kind of weapons these people had either. So you didn't just come here and just start wailing like, nah. I think when they got here, they seen people living good, and you know what I'm saying? I think they try to blend in if they were allowed to. And I think, we allowed them to, blend in. And it took some time, but over time, when their numbers got up and they started to expand, and I think we helped our own demise, bickering amongst each other, jealousy, anger. Why you letting these, you know what I'm saying? Like, you letting these people do this and that, but cause they're benefiting from it, they're allowing it. And then you got people that probably didn't like it. And, that could have caused some divides. Just me speculating. I'm not saying this is disclaimer. Let me make a disclaimer. Anything I'm saying is factual and back with no real evidence. I'm just talking. But I'm just giving my opinion on how I think our people, lost their land. If you believe they were your people. Some people think they came from Africa. You have a lot of brothers that are starting to believe that they are original people from here, that they are, the indigenous. Me personally, I believe that majority of our people were here. I think the African stories, according to what I've read, started a little bit later. And then you have to think, because when you start thinking about, you gotta think about the Iberian Peninsula. What was going on back then? What was going on? Were they enslaved or not? I want to say they were enslaved, but were they ran by Northern Africans and Muslims? Was that region controlled by those people? And were they navigators of the sea? According to some stories, they say Mansa Musa and his brothers they navigated the seas, and believe they said his brother got lost, or he never came back from a voyage, and they went and set out to find him. But there's, but in order for the Africans to move around and get off these coasts and get to certain areas like Spain and Portugal, you had to know those waters. So what was going on prior to 1492 is the question. Because if we can get to answer some of those questions, we can get to the bottom of who and got here first, how, and who helped them. Because you looking at water itself, think about currents and things like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? They didn't have, for you to sail an ocean like that, you need a big ship. Like, you need I don't want to say ship, but you need like a really large boat. You're not just going to get out there on a little ass sailboat and sail across over there. Like, that water, one current is going what you call it, capsize your ass. I was just watching the video on 1,000 Ways to Die, and you know what I'm saying, they had the little boat, and that shit got capsized, man, by one wave, man. Them waves get strong enough, that's it's over for that shit. Imagine you being in the fucking ocean. They didn't have GPS, they didn't have no radar system for nobody to find them. So now, the confusing things is, if this man was lost, Christopher Columbus, how did he get back? Someone helped him, man. That's like saying the universe and the earth doesn't have a creator. Then how do we get here? Why can't we just float into space? What is gravity? Why is gravity keeping us on the ground? Why can't we fly like birds? Why do we need air to survive? Why do we die? Why are we born? Why do we need water, food to survive, clothing to stay warm? These are things done by design, which means if they're done by design, there has to be a designer. So if this man was lost, how did he get back, man? And, like, it's just, I don't know, them stories don't make sense, man. I believe personally that people been traveling to this land centuries before 1492. You know what I mean? If you're finding pyramids over here, that means people been here for a long time. You think about the Alaska and Siberian, like, you know what I'm saying, like, right next to each other. You know what I mean? Like, it's like going from Bronx to Brooklyn. It's right, I mean, not Bronx to Brooklyn, I'm sorry, Manhattan to Bronx. Like, it's right there. It's like, they're connected. You don't think that maybe some people from that region could have came through here? Settled maybe on the West Coast or settled in Canada, settled, probably it was too cold. But, you don't know people came through that region. So what we do know is that the one thing we do know is Spain, Portugal, you have France, Germany, all these little places, and the rest of Europe were coming over here trying to, settle themselves, right? So, like, they all just didn't come at one time. You had French here, you had, whatever they, it's over time, because I believe we weren't together, it's just like today. You got your East Coast, West Coast, right? Two different cultures, even though we look the same. We don't dress the same, we don't act the same. We kind of follow a little bit of the same things, but it's two different cultures. So, I don't think that back then we were together as people. I think we were doing the same exact thing we doing now, we were doing then. You know what I'm saying? Like, we never really had the full unity. I think that it was more like whatever tribe was rocking was rocking. Wasn't no us versus anybody else, or we just gonna band together, or we had one person, like, or I mean, like dictatorship or whatever. We didn't have none of that. We just, you know what I'm saying? I think everybody was just doing their own thing. You had your tribe, you had his tribes. We had this area, you know what I'm saying? I think before these people got here, things were probably cool, but I would like to know what was life on this side before the Europeans came. Like, where can we find this knowledge from? Where can we find the knowledge of what was going on in Spain for 700 years? Prior to them starting to, venture off and do these voyages. What was going on in Spain? Because these stories, if we was able to get to the bottom of that, that tells us the origins of a lot of different things dealing with modern times. Particularly who was in America, who was classified as Indian, and things like that. You read the census, it's the same thing about African Americans. So if they were taking people from Africa, why wouldn't they put that on the census? You had free white men, and not free white men. You had colored, you had all these different, you had Indian, Negro. We didn't see African American there in these censuses. Like, so if we're African, and why are we not calling nobody else Irish American or Italian American or Chinese American? We the only ones that be referred to as African American. When they see an Asian person, they just call them Asian. When we see a white person or a European person, we just call them white. They see us, we either black or we're African American. My beard, even though it's salt and pepper now, that's black. And mustache, even though it's, you know what I mean, I'm getting old, but still black. My skin color looks brown. If I was black, then my skin color would match my beard. You wouldn't probably see my face. So we're different shades of brown. People could be brown as this jacket. Could be that light. Some people can be darker. You know, so I don't know, man. We'd get to a lot of different truths, man, if we knew, if we had some knowledge prior to, you know, their arrival here. You know, that's deep research, man. Like, and for those historians that got the time to do that, man, I would appreciate if you guys did that. We need to know what was going on in Spain, who was in charge. If he did get hit, you know, was the government in on it? Did they hush him up? You know, how did other countries start coming here? Because these are like wiped out parts of history that we just know they were here. When did they start coming here? We need people to, you know, that are historians, man, that they know how to present this better than me, to come out with this information and, you know, give it out. The one I like the research guy, and I love Dan Calloway. Those two brothers, they come with some good research, man. You know what I'm saying? Like they digging for facts, man, and they coming with it, man. Pause. They be having some good research, man. And, you know, it's unfortunate that we don't know who we really are as people. And then the bickering. A lot of the bickering, it's kind of, the bickering, you know, it's always been going on, but it's been amped up recently. And the sad thing is, like, YouTube was supposed to be a place where people like me who didn't have a voice can now have a voice. And this has turned to the same monster that we were all trying to get away from. You see, so it's like, you know, we continue to turn into the monsters that we run from. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, people do a video, everybody's the first thing, gotta react to it. Gotta react to it. Gotta say something negative about the person, man. It's crazy. Every time somebody do a video or say something, everybody got a reaction to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, or if he do person do something good, they don't want to give him credit. It's just crazy, man. Like, you know, man, like, I wish that our people, you know, weren't so judgmental of one another. Right? Like I seen, you know, Willie D's video that he did with Cat Williams, and then I seen the reaction videos. It's like everybody had a reaction, everybody shooting brother down. His video, you know what I'm saying, was the interview wasn't bad. It was, I think that the timing of when he dropped it, because it was an old interview and the questions were predated of what just transpired a couple of weeks ago on the Shannon Sharpe show, that the video was, you know, people were a little disappointed. I think the ones that were looking for Cat Williams to respond to the responses, people were disappointed that, you know, that's not what it was. So I think that being that people found out that the video, he been had this video, people were a little disappointed. And some people even feel like they needed to say, why now? Why drop it now? which makes sense, you know, because it's like, all right, and he even said it himself, I was trying to ride the wave. I didn't want anybody to drop another video, and then I'm really like, and now I can't really release this video. And I think that a lot of people weren't aware that the video came out in September, that he did the video in September. And I think that what happened was they you know, when they watched that video, they were looking for rebuttals to rebuttals, and that wasn't the case. So now people are upset. You know what I'm saying? Like, they think he's a terrible interviewer. They think he's this. Yo, the man is a hip-hop legend. The man is not a journalist. We're not journalists. Everybody want to get on these platforms and proclaim there's something, they're this, they're that, or they got this. But we don't see none of these people that you say with you, or doing interviews with you, none of that, or these credentials that you got. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gunning for anybody in particular, but you know, like, a lot of people always got something negative to say about people, and it's like, come on. Man, you know what I'm saying? He did a little interview, you know. Yeah, the timing was a little bad when he released it, but it wasn't something that you need to kill him over, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, come on, man. It's unnecessary for people to go at him the way they went at him. You know, with a lot of ignorance and, you know, personal shots and, you know, all of this stuff. Like, it's unnecessary. You don't need to do that. You can just give your opinion, like, you know, get a good video, or the video could have been better, or whatever, you know, and keep it moving. You know, like, I personally, you know, think, you know, the man is a good man. You know, he seems genuine. You know, he gives his thoughts every day. You know, he's up with current events and things like that. The man seems like a genuinely good dude. And I hate to see people get dragged like that, because it's almost like we bullying each other. Like I said, we become the same monsters that we try to escape from the original media, because that's what they do. They're digging for dirt. They just looking for anything to create a story, especially anything controversial, to make a story sell even more. That's the same thing we're doing on YouTube, digging in people's lives and commenting and reacting on everything. Like, come on, man. Come on. We don't need to do that with each other, man. You know, man, but I understand people trying to get their likes up, and, you know, they trying to, you know, be somebody, you know, but, you know, I just hate, you know, I just wish we could come together and set differences aside, because right now is the time we need to come together. The way this year is going, something catastrophic is bound to happen. And this is a perfect time for our community to start preparing ourselves, man, together. Not individually. Yeah, individually you want to protect your family, things, but we need to stick together. Because this, I just got a feeling it's going to get ugly, man. Like, you got us, first of all, now we're attacking people's bases and shit, like, attacking shit, like, what the hell are we doing in the Middle East? But you didn't attack Russia. Oh, they transgressed, Russia did this, they shouldn't be doing that. You're sending the weapons for people to go and die. Claiming you're not fighting, claiming you're sending these weapons over there. These people are dying, and you sitting back, acting like you can't get involved. But when the smaller countries, you know, want some static, y'all quick to jump on them. Why didn't you jump on Putin, man? Why didn't y'all airstrike Moscow, man, and see what happens? You know, come on, man. Like, I don't like that bullying stuff. And, you know, these people that you're attacking, these people are capable of doing anything because they have nothing to lose. So, you know, you think that you're gonna just attack these people, they're not gonna retire. They have nothing to lose, man. You know, man, like, leave these people alone, man. Like, why are we getting involved with this Israel stuff, man? That got nothing to do with us. You know, like, you got that going on. You got a lot of celebrity beefs. You had all these scandals, you know, coming out with executives and rappers. Everybody's getting called out. Niggas is coming out the closets, bringing bones and skeletons and shit out their closet. Like, I don't pause. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, whoa. This is crazy out here, man. This is gonna get, you know, I hope that I'm wrong, but I just feel like something bad is gonna happen, man. Like, and you know, it's just too much going on in the world. You know what I mean? So, like, then I'm looking at a lot of our ladies. You know, I'm on Twitter and I'm seeing some of the ladies like, yeah, I'm going to this place by myself, or I'm gonna go to this bar by all our women are by themselves. What the fuck is going on? Where the dudes at, man? Like, these girls you can't be that fed up with brothers, man, that y'all don't want to date at all. We ain't driving y'all that crazy. I believe that there is a shortage of men. Me, I got the ring, you know, I'm a married brother. You know, but I'm looking at there's either a shortage of men, or they can't be that bad, man, for these ladies, man. Can't be that bad for y'all, man. There's some of y'all out here, you know what I mean? Like majority of Twitter friends that I like follow, like young ladies that I you know what I'm saying, follow on Twitter, they don't got no man. They stay talking about they ain't got no man. Either you're lying or it has to be a shortage of men, because men can't be that bad that you're gonna take yourself out on a date. You have some girls, I'm taking myself for vacation, going all across seas, and like by yourself. Like, come on. But advertising is too much, like, and this is a popular trend. This is, yo, I'm telling you, man, like, the violence everywhere. This shit is real, man. This shit is real. Yo, it's violence everywhere, man. Everywhere you go, man. Get on the train, it's a bug out, it's a stabbing, niggas get shot. Like, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to tell you how bad crime is here in these big cities. New York is a bad city, man. Like, it's just so many people here that when you look at the numbers, you can't tell. It looks like a safe place, but you're looking at numbers. You're not dealing with reality. Niggas that live here, you're not just walking up and down the street out here. Something's bound to happen, man. There's shootings almost every day, pretty much. It's always something happening. You know what I mean? So this notion that New York is a safe big city, they just looking at numbers, man. You're not living here, man. Not only is it not safe, you got rats, you got, you know, homeless people, you got these migrants, so you just adding fuel to the fire. You know, so, you know what I'm saying, like I said, all these celebrity beefs, you know, the wars going on, it's like everybody has a problem with each other. It's bound to explode. It's going to explode, man. And hopefully I'm wrong, but the bubble's gonna pop, man. And we need to be together, man, as people. You know, like, let's just get together, man. Like, I had a lot of different thoughts yesterday. I just didn't get a chance to make the video. But, you know, these are just my thoughts. Disclaimer, nothing I said was factual. That's just my opinion, man. All right? Y'all have a good night. Talk to y'all later. Peace.